Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Slow English Podcast. My name is Erfan, and I am happy you are here. In this podcast, I want to talk with you about how to learn English in smart and simple ways. I am not your school teacher, I am your friend and guide. So relax, take a cup of tea, and let's begin. Before we talk about the classic ways of learning English, I want to share with you some of the newest methods that teachers and researchers use around the world. These methods are modern, practical, and very effective. The first one is task based learning. In this method, you learn English by doing real tasks. For example, you order food in English, you write a short email, or you plan a trip. You focus on the task, and the language comes naturally. Imagine you are in a cafe in London. You want to order coffee. You say, "One coffee, please." That is a task. You are not thinking about grammar. You are just living the language. Another example, you go to the supermarket and try to read the labels in English. You don't need to understand every word. You just need to complete the task. Slowly, your brain connects the words with real life. The second one is project based learning. Here you work on a bigger project, like making a video, creating a podcast, or preparing a presentation. While you do the project, you use English as a tool. This makes learning fun and meaningful because you are creating something real. One of my students made a short YouTube video about cooking. She explained the recipe in English. At first, she was nervous, but when she uploaded the video, people from other countries watched it and left comments. She told me, "I never thought my English could connect me with the world." Another student worked on a project about his city. He took photos, wrote short texts in English, and made a small online guide. He said, "Now I see my city with new eyes, and I can share it with people everywhere." Another method is CLIL, which means Content and Language Integrated Learning. In this method, you learn another subject, like history or science, but in English. So you learn two things at the same time, the subject and the language. Many schools in Europe use this method, and it helps students see English as a bridge to knowledge. For example, a student might learn about the solar system in English. They learn words like planet, orbit, and gravity, while also learning science. Another student studied geography in English. She learned about rivers, mountains, and oceans, and at the same time, her English improved. And of course, we have digital and social media learning. Many people learn English from YouTube, podcasts, or Instagram. This makes English part of your daily life. It is modern, natural, and always available. Think about it. You scroll on Instagram, and instead of only seeing posts in your own language, you follow English pages. You see short videos, funny memes, or motivational quotes in English. Without effort, you are learning. One of my students followed a cooking channel in English. Every day she watched a 1 minute recipe. She said, "Now I know many food words, and I didn't even study them." Another student followed a football page. He learned words like goal, penalty, and champion just by watching highlights. These are new methods. They are modern and exciting. They show us that English can be learned in many creative ways. But we also have classic methods that are still very powerful. English is not only a school subject, it is the language of travel, business, the internet, and culture. One of my students, Ali, was a taxi driver. At first, he only knew hello and thank you, but every day he listened to English for 15 minutes. After 1 year, he could have small conversations with tourists. He told me, "Now I feel more confident, and I even make more money." Another student, Nargis, wanted to study abroad. She started with very basic English. She watched short videos every day and practiced speaking with her friends. After 2 years, she got a scholarship. She told me, "English opened the door to my dream." Listening is the first skill. When a baby learns to speak, it listens for many months. You can listen in two ways, passive and active. Passive listening is when you play English music or podcasts in the background. Active listening is when you choose a short clip and focus on it. My student Mariam loved English songs. At first, she understood only one or two words, but after 6 months, she could sing along. She said, "Now English feels like music in my head." Another student, Hossein, used to listen to the BBC News every morning. At first, he understood almost nothing, but he continued. After 1 year, he could understand the main ideas. He told me, "Now I feel connected to the world." Listening every day, even for a short time, changes your brain. Speaking is also very important. Many learners wait until they are ready. But the truth is, you will never feel ready. You must start from day one. Reza, one of my students, was very shy. He started talking to himself in English while walking to work. He said things like, "I see a car. The car is red." After a few months, he was more confident. Speaking is not about perfect grammar. It is about courage. Another student, a businessman, practiced English presentations in front of a mirror every night. Later, he gave a talk at an international conference. He told me, "Without those nights in front of the mirror, I could not have done it." Speaking English is like learning to swim. You cannot learn by reading about it. You must jump in the water. Reading helps you grow your English. Choose simple books. If you understand about 80%, it is perfect. Layla, one of my students, loved Harry Potter. At first, she read with a dictionary. It was slow, but she continued. After 1 year, she could read without a dictionary. She said, "Now I feel like I live in the story, not in the dictionary." Another student, Reddy, started reading English news about football. He loved football, so reading was fun. He learned words like goal match and championship. Because he loved the topic, he never felt bored. Another student, Shireen, read short stories for children. She said, "Even though they are simple, they make me happy, and I learn new words." Reading is powerful when it connects to your interests. Writing is also powerful. It can be short and simple. Sarah wrote 3 sentences every night before bed. After 1 year, she had a diary in English. She could see her progress. Amir started writing short posts on social media. At first, he was nervous, but people encouraged him. He said, "Now I feel proud when I write in English." Another student, Zaha, started writing emails to herself in English. She wrote about her day, her feelings, her dreams. She said, "Writing in English feels like talking to another version of myself." Writing is not only a practice, it is also a way to share your voice with the world. Vocabulary is the building block of language. But don't learn words alone. Learn them in sentences. Instead of apple, learn "I eat an apple every morning." Your brain remembers better this way. One student memorized 1,000 words from a list, but he could not speak. Another student learned fewer words, but always in sentences. She could speak fluently. The difference was context. Science shows that spaced repetition helps memory. If you see a word today, then tomorrow, then next week, you remember it longer. That is why apps and flashcards can be useful. But remember, words are alive when they are in stories, not when they are alone. Grammar is important, but don't let it stop you. Think of grammar as a map. It helps you, but you don't need to know every detail to travel. Focus on simple patterns you use every day. I am learning English. She is cooking dinner. They are playing football. These patterns are enough for most conversations. One student was obsessed with grammar books. He knew many rules, but he never spoke. Later, he changed his approach. He started using simple sentences in real life. He told me, "Now I feel free. Grammar is not my prison anymore." Grammar is like traffic lights. It helps organize the road, but you don't need to know every law to drive. Learning English is a journey. The winners are not the fastest. The winners are the ones who keep moving. Consistency is the key. 10 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a week. Fatame, one of my students, was very busy. She said, "I have no time." But I asked, "Do you have 5 minutes?" She said yes. So she listened to English podcasts while brushing her teeth. After 3 months, she felt progress. Another story, a father studied English with his child every night. They read a short story together. It became family time. After 1 year, both the father and the child improved. He told me, "English gave us not only language, but also memories. Another learner was 60 years old. He said, I am too old, but he started slowly. After 1 year, he could chat with tourists in his city. He said, I feel young again. Age is not a barrier. The only barrier is stopping. Mindset is everything. Celebrate small wins. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to yourself. If yesterday you knew 10 words and today you know 11, that is progress. If yesterday you were afraid to speak and today you said one sentence, that is progress. Mistakes are not failures. Mistakes are teachers. Every mistake shows you the next step. I remember one student, Parisa. She was always afraid of making mistakes. She stayed silent in class. One day she decided to speak, even with mistakes. She said, I went to park yesterday. Everyone understood her. I told her, your grammar is not perfect, but your meaning is clear. That is communication. From that day, she spoke more and more. After a year, her grammar also improved, but more importantly, her confidence grew. Motivation is like energy. Sometimes it is high, sometimes it is low. That is normal. You cannot always feel motivated. But if you build habits, you don't need motivation every day. Habits carry you forward. Like brushing your teeth, like drinking water, learning English can become part of your daily life. Another important point is the environment. Surround yourself with English. Change the language of your phone. Follow English pages on social media. Watch movies with English subtitles. Put small notes in your house with English words. Door, window, mirror. These small things create an English world around you. And remember, learning English is not about speed. It is about connection. It is about opening doors. It is about feeling free in the world. English is not only grammar and vocabulary. English is people, stories, music, movies, science, and dreams. My friends, remember this. Learning English is not about being perfect. It is about being better than yesterday. Celebrate small wins. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to yourself. If yesterday you knew 10 words and today you know 11, that is progress. If yesterday you were afraid to speak and today you said one sentence, that is progress. Thank you for being with me today. I hope you enjoyed this friendly conversation about learning English. If you want to continue learning with me, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next episodes. This was Erfan, and this was the Slow English Podcast. See you next time.